Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so in today's video I'm going to be breaking down the Lambo forex trading strategy, and this is the strategy my guy used to buy a Bugatti. So just in case you're curious to know how I actually learned this strategy, I've had a whole lot of virtual class or a YouTube class with him in which I've learned this strategy, and to be honest, Lambo actually uses simple price action strategy now. In the course of copying traders and their strategy, I've made multiple series from the likeness of FX Alex G to the likeness of Happy Forex Nigeria and Jeffrey Benson, and even up to Swaggy C. So I've made a whole lot of videos, and I'm even planning on making more. At the end of the day, one thing I've noticed is each forex trader has a specific way or a specific pattern in which they used to trade. FX Alex G uses the set and forget method. Someone like Jeffrey Benson in Nigeria trades psychological levels, and a whole lot of different traders with their different trading psychology. But someone like Lambo has the easiest trading strategy, which is the price action strategy. That's the most common strategy. I mean, it's the most famous forex strategy, and I believe if you're a forex trader that have been in the system for up to a year, you should know what it is by now. But just in case you still do not know, I'm here to put you through. So on my screen here we have GBPNZD on a daily time frame. Now I drew out this a long time ago. GBPNZD is on an uptrend. Now from his trading strategy, you have to first of all identify the direction of the market. So you're going to know in what direction or in what direction you're going to place the trade. Because if the market is on an uptrend, you don't want to be going for sales. But then again, it could be contrary, because I've already done the analysis and it seems like we're going to do something different. But when we get to that, now if you see all these lines are key levels, and key levels are places where the market gets to and retraces. So if you see, okay, this was an old trade. If you see the key levels, here is a key level, here is a key level, here is also a key level. And you can see these other blue lines. These blue lines are swing lows, and the red lines are swing highs. Swing lows are points where you should be going for buys. For example, if you can see this blue, I don't mean this blue long trend line, no. I mean this blue horizontal line, this blue one that draws like this. So you can see if you had gone for a buy right here, let's say you had gone for a buy from one swing low or from one key level to another key level, you would have seen this would have been a good 1:5 risk to reward, because you have the powerful strategy, and one, you've marked out your key level. So one, identify the direction of the market. Two, mark out your key levels correctly. So I've already done that, so I'm not even going to come to waste too much time for you. Now, if we can see, the market is on an uptrend, GBPNZD. So it came above this key level. You can see it came here, bounced to the downside, made some inverse head and shoulder, went to the upside. It made a fake out, and there are things called fake outs. So it's why you should expect, or you should draw out your key levels correctly, and for a whole lot of reasons. It made a fake out right here. It came back, it broke back into the trend, and it still continued at the trend. So currently, this is where the market is. So the market is here. It made a double top and it's going to the downside right now. So my prediction is that this market is going to the downside to test these key levels. And another very wonderful thing is that the key level and the trend line meets at the exact same point. If we pull it out again, let's delete this trend line. If we pull it out again, to understand the overall direction of the market is bullish. So from this swing low, if we bring out this trend line and draw out a line to see how the market has been going. So I think this is the best way the line can be drawn. This is the best way. It depends on when you're starting the line. If you're starting the line out from here, you can see it was drawn like this. Then also if you're starting the line, let me delete it. Let's say if you're starting the line out from here, you're going to draw it like this. And it's almost the exact same thing. You can see it's literally the exact same thing, because the market, GBPNZD, has a very wonderful upside. I mean, the market is clear that it is going to the upside. So you don't need to start disturbing yourself for predicting the market's direction, so on and so forth. No, all you need to do is just follow the trend. So we can see this and just draw it to the upside. Yeah. So it means you can now see that the market, the price is coming into one, this key level, and two, this trend line. So it means, remember when I said that we are on a bullish trend, so it means we should be looking for buying opportunities. Yes, we are on a bullish trend, but then again, one very wonderful thing about the market is, even though we are on a bullish trend, you can trade against the trend, but be careful so you're not going to lose everything. Well, the reason why it seems like I'm going to be trading against the trend right here, I'm going to explain it. Now we can see we've had this double top, we've had this consolidation on this swing high, this swing high, and it broke below and retested, and now it came back to the downside. Remember, the target is this key level, that's the target. So for GBPNZD, the analysis is not that much. For GBPNZD, what we're going to be expecting right now is we're just going to be expecting the market to pull back to this key level, because remember, we enter trades at the best key levels. That's a random price action strategy. We enter trades at a key level. And so we're going to be waiting for the market. See, listen, all you need to do, this is very, very important. I learned this recently. All you need to do to get a winning trade is 1, enter at a key level, 2, wait for an entry signal. That is just it. Okay, expect, or instead, let me put it like this: expect to enter at a key level, and then 2, wait for an entry signal. If you get an entry signal, then you take the trade. But you don't get entry signals on 4 hours time frame. Most times you get entry signal from 15 to 45 minutes time frame, that range. So we can see, look, this is simply what I'm expecting. I'm just expecting the market to come into this zone, then I take it to the downside. Simple. That's just what I'm expecting. And I mean, if it happens like that, if it happens pretty well, fine and good, to God be the glory. Then if we now go down to the lower time frame, from the lower time, remember overall it's on an uptrend, but from the lower time frame now, from the 1 hour time frame, is on a downtrend. But this downtrend is not the overall direction of the market has not had a shift of structure. It is still on an uptrend, but the 1 hour is on a downtrend. Actually, we can see the downtrend and you see everything hits perfectly. You see the downtrend now comes to hit this level. You can see this is the level in which the downtrend comes to hit. Although another thing about the market is try not to force a trend line to fix. So this is the level in which the downtrend hits. So it means the downtrend also comes to this key level. So when a trend line blends with this, the blue one that is diagonal is a trend line, the red one that is horizontal rather, is the key level. So when a trend line blends in perfectly with a key level, that's all you need to be. That is literally all you need. So we can see on the 1 hour time frame is on a downtrend. So now this downtrend has told us that we can be looking for short selling opportunities. The reason is not going to be long selling opportunities because, look, to be honest, in a long run, the market is still going to come down to this place and keep on going to the upside. That's obviously what the market is going to do, except it makes a shift of structure in which it has not yet done. So we do not know, we do not control the market, we only follow the market. So from this, what we have seen right now is we're expecting it to come to this level. So if we now go to lower time frames, just keep on going to lower time frames until you're settled. Now from the low time frame, you can see this level. It retested here and it came back here again to retest. But remember, this is the key level, okay? This is the ultimate key level. So we're waiting for it to get here. If it doesn't get here, we're unfortunately going to forget about the trade. Maybe somewhere around this area. If it doesn't meet up to this area, we're unfortunately going to forget about the trade. But for now, let us hope that the market gets to this level, and if it does, then we can now enter the trade perfectly on GBPNZD. And now the next one I have here is CHFJPY. Now CJ sounds like someone's name. Now if we go back to the daily, I like starting things from the daily time frame. Now if you go back to the daily, CJ is actually on a downtrend. So this one is an even safer trade than the previous one, because the previous one were trading against the trend. This one we're not trading against the trend. Now CJ is on an overall downtrend. Even from here, you can see that it's on a downtrend. I don't really like this kinds of downtrends. I don't like this kind of downtrend so much, but still it is clear that it's on an overall downtrend. Now if we now go, this is a key level, this is a well-respected key level, and it's at this key level points right now. Now if we now go to a 4 hours time frame, you can see exactly this is what I'm talking about. And I've had this trade very good. There's something I just saw. Now there's something called chart patterns. Chart patterns are the heads and shoulders, the inverse heads and shoulders, and so on. Let me give you an example. For example, if the trade is on an uptrend, so it's making higher highs and higher lows, and it does something like this. This is a head. It comes back here to retest. It creates a right shoulder and it breaks below, and it comes back to this same line to retest again. It has retested the neckline. Obviously the trade is heading to the downside. So this is what is called a head and shoulder. So you can see this is the neckline of the head and shoulder. So this is the neckline. So this is where you should be entering for a short position for the trade, because it has come to that neckline to retest. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. And on most cases, it is even wonderful if the trade was on a downtrend. As it was making lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs, and then it comes to this point to meet. So it means the overall direction, I hope this makes sense. It means the overall direction of the trade is on a downtrend. I don't know if you just understood what I did. So let me adjust this. So it means the overall direction of the trade is on a downtrend. So at that point in time, you know that the market is actually is giving us some selling opportunities. It's going on a down. It's going to the downside. That is for head and shoulder. Yes, that is for head and shoulder. Now we have another one called inverse head and shoulder. Inverse head and shoulder is literally the opposite. I'll give you an example. Let's say the market was doing this, lower lows and lower highs. Then it comes here, gives a head, comes back to this place, and comes here, another shoulder, then breaks below this, and comes back here, the neckline to retest, and then we now take it to the upside. So this is the neckline. So this is the neckline of the trade, and then from this neckline we now take long positions to the upside. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So from this neckline we now take the position long to the upside. And also, like I said, it's going to be amazing if the trade was making higher highs and higher lows. Let's say it came from this angle. I don't know what's wrong with my pad. It came from this angle to give a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and it came to join this high. So it means on an overall trade, the trade is on an uptrend. So we're obviously going for buys. So that is for an inverse head and shoulder. The previous one was for a head and shoulder. Then we also have double tops and double bottoms. A double top is when the market is doing this, then it comes again to that same place to top, and it retests, and then comes to this neckline to test, and then we take it to the downside. Then where is the neckline? The neckline should always be the point where you should be entering the trade, the key level. Remember when I said once you have a key level and the market has gotten to, price has gotten to the key level, the next thing you should be looking out for is an entry signal. Now by this time you already know if the market is going to the upside or the downside, remember. So you see it from the overall direction, then you wait for an entry signal. If you get an entry signal, fine and good, enter the trade. So this is where we are meant to be going for short positions. Then we now take it to the downside. Do you understand? And like I said, it's going to be best if the market was making lower lows and lower highs already. You know, it does things like the lower lows and lower highs, and then it comes here to join. So you know that overall the market is on a downtrend. Forgive my drawing. I know it's shady, but I'm trying to make it quick so you're going to understand. So that is for that is for a double top. A double bottom is this. is like a W, then it comes here to retest, and we take it to the upside. So this is the neckline. So from the neckline, that is where you're meant to be entering a long position to the upside, and I believe it makes sense. It is, so that's just how it is. So once you have a setup like this, it is going to be very wonderful. You're sure of the direction of your trade. So right now, this is a downtrend. Now, can you spot a head and shoulder in this trade? Or can you spot any chart pattern, be it head and shoulder, be it inverse head and shoulder, be it double top, be it double bottom? Can you spot anything? Now, this is a double bottom, but it is not an equal. Sometimes one could be longer than the other. Remember, it had a double bottom, and what happened? It went to the upside. Are you seeing it? But now, we can see this inverse head and shoulder right here. So we can see this is the left shoulder, the head, this is the right shoulder, and guess what? It broke below and it came back to this neckline. This exact same. So this is 1, a neckline, 2, it is also a key level, and 3, it blends with this trend line. And obviously, we're going to take it to the downside. Remember what I just talked about neckline, head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulder, and a whole lot of this stuff. So this is what I'm talking about. So once you have a setup like this, it is believe me, it is perfect. You are assured that the trade is going to go to the downside. It is highly perfect. So remember, this is on a 4 hours time frame. So the next thing we're going to be doing now is we're going to be, because it has started giving us some red, it seems like a doji candlestick. Then the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking for some entry signals. We've not really gotten an entry now. An entry, anything can be an entry signal. Okay, the candlestick can be an entry signal. A bullish engulfing or a bearish engulfing candlestick can be an entry signal. A head and shoulder pattern or a double top could also be an entry signal. Anything could be an entry signal. But you see how it comes to this place perfectly and rejects. So that is a good one. But this is still not enough entry signal. I need like a double top or a double bottom. Okay, seems like it's trying to create an inverse head and shoulder right here. I don't know if you can see. It's looking a little bit like an inverse head and shoulder. Then this is the head, or you can take this as the head. It's not that perfect, so it could break below, come again to retest this neckline, and then we take it to the downside. Maybe, I mean, it's not that perfect. So this could be the neckline of the head and shoulder. Yeah, that could be the neckline. But still, we're going to give it time to do its thing. But I'm sure CHFJPY is actually going to the downside. So that's for CHFJPY. So we're going to be expecting some sells on CHFJPY. So CHFJPY, some sells, GBPNZD, some sells also, although GBPNZD has not come into our key level, but CHFJPY has come into our key level. So now we're waiting for an entry signal. Now, this trade, my fear is that it could play out before I wake up in the morning. My fear is that this trade could play out before I wake up in the morning. But even if it does, I already made the prediction, and you're sure that I'm a good trader. And then the next thing we're going to be looking out for, the next pair we're going to be looking out for, I think is the final one I'm expecting, is USDCHF. Now, let me explain this. Let me say this. USDCHF is a trade it is already doing what I'm expecting. USDCHF is a trade I have been anticipating for close to 3 months now. Let me show you what I mean. If we go out on a weekly time frame, we can see what the market did right here. So the market got to this key level. Before it broke, it was on an overall downtrend initially, and then it got, yes, remember that thing I said about a double top? Look at, so this is a perfect double top, 1 and 2. So you see, once it did this double top, what happened? The market went straight to the downside. So you can see this is a perfect double top, but don't worry, this is not what I'm here for. So you see, once the market from here, it broke below from the downtrend, it came to this key level to retest 1. It came to this key level again to retest the second time, and then it went to the downside. So the first time it went to the downside, the second time it went to the downside, and then I spotted this trade somewhere around here. So this was sometime in November. You can see, you can look down. So I saw this trade sometime in November. So I said that the next time I'm going to be entering this trade is if it comes back here to this same key level that it has been testing it has been testing this since October 2023. So this is right. That's 2020. Yeah, this is 2023. This is 2024, and ladies and gentlemen, this is 2025. So it has been really testing it every single year. So every single year it comes here, it comes here, it comes here again. So as it has done that thing now, I saw the trade around here. You do not expect me to enter the trade here, because if I enter the trade here, I'm not sure it's going to go back to the upside. It could still go to the downside. So I was not sure. So I said I was going to wait till that trade comes to this level. That was what I was going to wait for. And ladies and gentlemen, it has finally made it to this level. So we have two options. We can take the trade to the downside here, in which is going to be a 1:11 risk to reward, in which I have never in my life had a 1:11 or seen a 1:11 risk to reward trade. That's one. And besides, if we decide to do something like this, it means from here, this was sometime in September if we look down. So from September till January, so that was September, October, November, December, January, 5 months. So it means if I want to enter this trade right now to this same level, it's going to take me January, February, March, April, May, 5 months. And I don't really see myself holding a trade for 5 months. Honestly, I don't. Maybe if the trade breaks beneath here, if let's say sometime in, let's say February, it breaks beneath here, ending of February, beginning of March, it breaks beneath here, then I can now take it to the downside. I can hold the trade that long. But I'm not going to be holding the trade from here down for 5. Come on, to be honest, it's too long. That's going to be a perfect swing trade. But then again, what I can do is I can take the trade from where it is to here. And that is not going to be on the weekly, but then we're now going to go down to the 4 hours time frame. Now from the 4 hours, that is our target. Now you can see that is our target for the 4 hours, and for the market to break below this neckline. And remember that thing I said about inverse head and shoulder. So this is the inverse head and shoulder right now. So you can see the right shoulder. So you can see the right shoulder, the head, the left shoulder. It breaks below and retests, then now we take it to the downside. So this is what I am going to be expecting from USDCHF. So USDCHF, it has already broken beneath, we just need it to retest, and then once it retests, we take the trade to the downside. So that is for USDCHF. If we go down to the 45 minutes time frame, the exact same thing. So it's going to take it, let's say, the whole of today to retest, maybe, then maybe tomorrow. Seems like we're going to be entering the trade. So 3 trades specifically: USDCHF, GBPNZD, and also CHFJPY. So these 3 trades I'm going to be going for a sell in the 3 of them. And then also Lambo Rao is a fan of US 30, in which I'm not going to go to US 30 right now, so it's not going to waste our time. But I believe you understood what I explained perfectly, okay? So once the trade plays out, we're going to be entering the trades and we're going to see how much profit we make. Bye for now. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so this is a trade update of the video I was making about Lambo Raul's forex strategy. And first, let me show you what the time is. So we can see the time is 2:29 a.m. Saturday, 18th of June. So this is Saturday morning. So first things first, it's Saturday, so we're not expecting any trades on a Saturday. That's one. Then second, the clip you just saw about 20 seconds ago, I made that video I think on Wednesday, about 3 days ago. I think that was on the 15th, and today is 18th. So the reason I didn't make a trade update quickly was because we lost power supply for about 3 days, and that was basically the reason. So let me show you how the markets are going. And then for CHFJPY, ladies and gentlemen, the trade played out perfectly. So this trade, actually, to be honest, I did not enter this trade. Remember, if you look just a clip back, I said my fear is that I would sleep and wake up and the trade has played out. This trade, my fear is that it could play out before I wake up in the morning. And I mean, you just saw when I said that, and I mean, it happened perfectly. I slept and it was somewhere around here. I slept and woke up and I saw the trade somewhere here. And I mean, at this point in time, it was too late to be entering a trade here. I can't, you don't expect me to enter the trade here because we've already missed it. And you can see how it blended perfectly with our trend line. Let's go out. So this is on the 1 hour time frame. So if we go out to the 4 hours time frame, so on the 4 hours you can see the overall trend line. This is a fake out, and you can see how this one blended perfectly with the trend line and the key level. So this was where the market retested. So when it retested to this level, it went straight to the downside. This was the take profit. This was a 1:8, but still I would have still increased it if I saw the potentials to this level. So that was like a 1:10, but still this is still cool. But at the end of the day, I mean, I missed the trade, so let's forget about that. And then the next one is GBPNZD. So for GBPNZD, remember the trade was somewhere here when we made the prediction, and I drew these extra lines later when I went back to the market. There were some things I saw, but let me delete this and delete this. I'm going to explain the lines later. So the trade was somewhere here, and our prediction was if the trade gets back to this red line, this key level, we're going to be going for a sell, and it did. It got back to this key level, it went down and it came again to create a double top, and it went down again to the downside. But then again, I've missed it, but not completely. So now let me explain those lines. This is another key level, although it's not really a major key level, it's more like a minor key level. And then this also is another key level. We can see this is another key level, and I want to challenge you all while watching this video. While you see me mark out these key levels, try and see if you can identify the key levels even before I mark them out. It's really going to help you understand the market, and it's going to help you learn more even before I start drawing out anything. So try and do that whenever you see the charts. So these key levels right now, you can see, yeah, I missed it out here, but this is another opportunity. So it was why we can now bring it down here. So because today is Saturday, I cannot enter this trade right now. So but when it is Monday, I'm sure I'm going to enter this trade to the downside, and that is for GBPNZD. And then the next one is USDCHF, in which I told you I was looking out for USDCHF. So we're expecting a break under and retest, and it has retested, but it's going longer than my prediction. I thought it would retest and stop somewhere here, and then we take it to the downside, in which it has not. But I still have strong faith that this is going to go to the downside, because if you check back my predictions is really solid. But I think it wants to retest the neckline of this head and shoulder. If you go to a 45 minutes time frame, this is the head and shoulder. Let's see. So we can see the head and shoulder in the 45 minutes time frame. So maybe it wants to retest this neckline right here. This is more like a neckline of the head and shoulder. So maybe this is where it wants to retest. So this neckline is where it wants to retest, and once that's got to this neckline, then we take it for a shot. So these were the 3 trades I anticipated and predicted for the challenge in which we had from Swaggy C. Okay, no, not Swaggy C. I've done a Swaggy C challenge already, but from Lamborao. And then there were some other pairs I saw later. I didn't predict them earlier, but I just saw them later after I did the first prediction. So I think the first one would be, so this is USDJPY, and if we look at this pair on USDJPY or UJ, now this trade is a trade that it looks very mature and very ripe, but I don't know, I'm just skeptical about this trade. Reason being that if we come to the weekly time frame, this is why I'm so skeptical about the trade. So from the weekly, the overall trend is actually it's on an uptrend. Okay, it's on an uptrend. Then if we now go back to the 4 hours time frame, and now on the 4 hours, it made this, I don't know if I would call this a head and shoulder or a consolidation. I don't know what it looks like, but it just made this, and it had a break and retest to this level, and I mean it's just a very perfect trade. Now if you take a look at this is a 1:8 also. I mean the trade is just so perfect. I mean, you know, sometimes some things could be too good to be true that you don't even want to believe it. I mean, that's the problem with this trade right now. It looks so perfect, but that is why I'm skeptical of entering the trade, because it is just so perfect. And it has gotten to the level in which we were meant to enter the trade, but like we all know, today is Saturday, no trades on Saturday. But on Monday, for sure, I will be entering this trade on USDJPY on Monday. And we can see, I'm not here to really explain so much of the analysis. So it means clearly I'm trading against the trend, but we're waiting for it to get here, in which it has already gotten. So just enter the trade to the downside. Then now the next one I think is Euro NZD. And now for Euro NZD, yes. So this is a very wonderful trade. Look at this. This is a very wonderful trade. Now remember, I entered this trade on Euro NZD, and let me delete this line. I was using this line to explain something to myself. Now, if you look at this trade clearly, you can see the market has gotten here. See what it did here. It went up, came to retest, started climbing up. It made a head and shoulder, broke underneath, retested, and went to the downside. And ladies and gentlemen, it did that exact same thing it did here. It came here to, you see, one thing about the forex market is the market always repeats itself. Just look left, just look to the previous trade. The exact same thing it did here. Went up, came down, here went up, came down, and it started climbing again. Here started climbing again, and then it made a head and shoulder, and it has made a minor head and shoulder here. This is the left shoulder, this is the head, this is kind of the right shoulder. And all I need for this trade right now is just a break and retest. From where it is, a break under, retest to this level, and then I take it to this exact same position that I took it the last time. That is literally one thing about the forex market. It repeats itself. Now if you can take a look at this, the trend line I drew, this same trend line it made here, ladies and gentlemen, is the exact same trend line it is making here. I mean, the market repeats itself every now and then, so you just have to follow it, and that is for Euro NZD, ladies and gentlemen. So ladies and gentlemen, these are going to be the trades, and I just did a trade update. We're going to be entering the trade on Monday, so I added about 2 or 3 more positions. I have not taken any trade, but once I take the trade, I would update you guys. Okay, bye for now. Alright guys, so this is trade updates. Let me show you the time. So the time is 4:20 a.m. January 20th, Monday. And so it has started moving, the trade has started moving. And also if we go to GBPNZD, we've started seeing the movement. I entered the trade here and it has dumped to this extent. This is actually not my, okay, this is more like my first take profit. My second take profit is going to be here. Second take profit is very long, going to be down here, in which I may not expect it to get to this point. I haven't added any stop loss or take profits to the trade yet. Now today is Trump's inauguration, where he'll be sworn into power.
You alone saved his life and raised him up with strength and power by your mighty hand. We pray for President Trump that you'll watch over, protect, guide, direct him. Give him your wisdom from your throne on high. We ask that you would bless him and that our nation would be blessed through him. We also ask that you would bless and protect Melania as First Lady. We thank you for the beauty, the warmth, and grace that she shows not only to this nation, but to the whole world. We thank you for Vice President-elect J.D. Vance and his wife Usha and their young family. May he be a strength to President Trump, to stand beside him, to hold up his arms like Aaron held up the arms of Moses in the midst of battle. The prophet Samuel reminded the people, it was you that brought them up from the land of Egypt. And he said, now stand still that I may reason with you before the Lord. So Father, we take this moment to stand still, to remember the great things that you have done for this nation. Thank you for the protection, the bounty, the freedoms that we so enjoy.
So if we check other pairs like XAUSD, we could see some massive changes. To be honest, I wasn't analyzing XAUSD. Honestly, I wasn't analyzing XAUSD. Then I just saw this. So this was an analysis I did a very long time ago. I mean, this was an analysis I did about a week ago. And honestly, I forgot about this. Like, I'm just seeing it right now. The reason let me make it full screen. The reason I decided to actually check XAUSD is because in normal circumstance, presidential influence affects BTC USD, XAU USD, Euro USD, GBP USD, and a whole lot of these ones. So this is XAU USD gold spot, and I didn't even see this coming. Obviously, I'm not going to enter the trade. I mean, even if I enter the trade, I have to wait till it gets to this level. I have to wait till it gets to this level because this is a 1:3, and this is not a large trade. So I could enter this trade, but I'm not sure. I have to wait till it gets to this level, and if it gets to this level, then I could now think of entering the trade. Another one is BTC USD, in which BTC USD, I mean, it is about it's about 101k. Even if everything, or even if a whole lot of things go for a sell, because we can see on BTC USD, this is a very major key level. So even if it goes for a sell, let's say to the downside, I'm not planning on trading BTC USD, but let's say it goes for a sell to this angle, it will most likely still come to the upside. So BTC USD, XAU USD, okay, this is, oh my, this is, I mean, I'm discovering a whole lot. Do you know, I honestly did not even think about this trade. This is USDCHF. Wait, was I on this trade? Let me check. So this is USDCHF, and honestly, I wasn't on this trade, and I had no idea. You see, there are a whole lot of markets I've analyzed before now that I even forgot. Well, let me check each and every one of them. Okay, I don't think I analyzed this. Yeah, I've analyzed this, but I'm not expecting anything. GBPJPY, GBPCHF. Yeah, I made some money here, but I'm not expecting anything right now. Okay, Euro GBP, I'm kind of expecting, but it's not going to be that serious. This one, not that much. Okay, yes, I'm in on this trade, and the trades in which I've entered, let's see how much we've made so far. So this is how much we're floating. GBPNZD and USDJPY. We can see how the markets are going for now. It's not that much, but I know we can work our way down through. I mean, this is a very perfect trade in which I talked about it previously. So still testing out the Lamborghini strategy. Once the trade hits our take profits, it means the strategy, which is the random price action, works for a fact. Okay, bye for now. All right, guys, so it's trade updates. So first, the time is 2:32 a.m. January 22nd, and it's on a Wednesday. So this is USDJPY, the pair in which we've been anticipating, and it is so slow. Believe me, it is so slow. It has been kind of making some consolidations around this area, and I don't want to make this video 1 hour long. So this is for USDJPY, and I believe it still has some potentials to go to the downside. Like, the take profit is so massive. Now, some people could say, why don't I just end my take profits somewhere here? And this is like a 1:3 risk to reward, in which, yeah, I would have done it. But still, to be honest, I will tell you for a fact, if you actually know what you're doing in forex markets, you can take every opportunity in which you have. And I'm not telling you this, I'm not speaking out of greed, I'm speaking out of knowledge. If you know what you're doing, you don't need to stop here when you can actually get more. Why settle for less when you can actually go all the way down? The only problem is the volume the market is going to have to push this all the way down, in which it is going to do it. But how long is it going to take? 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 1 month, 2 months? We don't know. And to be honest, I don't really have that kind of time. But I would still hold this trade as long as I can. And then the next trade, okay, this is GBP USD, but this is not I didn't enter this trade, but I'm anticipating this trade for a different video. It's going to be for the FX Alex G video, so stay tuned. And then I think the next one is GBPNZD. Yeah, so GBPNZD was the trade in which we entered here. It broke and retest, entered, but it kind of stopped us out. I don't understand. I don't know how it did. I think it wicked us out a little bit, in which I don't understand. I entered the trade here, so I don't know how it did wick us out. I don't know, but then I'm still going to re-enter. I'm not trying to do a revenge trade. No, I know that the market has opportunities to go to the downside. So if I see a good opportunity to re-enter, believe me, I'm actually going to re-enter the trade. Re-entering a trade is not, it mustn't compulsorily be revenge trading. I hope my face was short. It mustn't compulsorily be revenge trading. It only shows that you actually know what you're doing if you do it the right way. So I may re-enter this trade, but not for this video, for a separate video also. But the trade I'm still on is USDJPY. So I'm still on USDJPY, and if we check our profits from our phone right here, so this is how the trade is moving for USDJPY. Yep. I mean, it's not that much. It's just how the trade has been going. So this was where we took for a sell, and this is where the price is right now. So I think I can tell you for a fact that the Lambo Raoul strategy, the Lambo Raoul Forex strategy does work. And if you want to try it, if you want to use it out, fine, go ahead. If you want to pay for its course, fine, go ahead. The price action strategy is key, and it does work. And one more thing, let me show you my YouTube analytics. All right, guys, so this is our YouTube channel, and you can see these are some of the latest videos in which I've uploaded. Not so much views, 222, 1K, 1724, and so on and so forth. So our videos are doing well. So if you look at our videos are kind of doing well, and we have 1,300 subscribers and 124 videos uploaded. So if we come over to manage videos, and then we come here and click earn, and we want to see the criteria. So we have 1,300 subscribers, and we're done with this, and this is just the update. So this is 2,721 public watch hours to complete the video, or to complete the criteria for monetization. And this is still in January, so even if we don't finally get monetized before January runs out, maybe the second week of February we can get monetized, and maybe, who knows, I can finally get my first pay from YouTube in the month of February. I am so excited, and some of you do not know how much this means to me, okay? I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for everything you have put in, ladies and gentlemen. Bye for now.